The story begins in the small town of Anathoth, where a young Jeremiah hears God's voice for the first time. God says, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. I appointed you as a prophet to the nations." Jeremiah, feeling unworthy and too young, replies, Sovereign Lord, I do not know how to speak. I am too young." But God reassures him, saying, "Do not say, I am too young. I am with you and will rescue you." Then God touches Jeremiah's mouth, giving him the words to speak. As Jeremiah grows, he begins his mission to warn the people of Judah. They have turned away from God, worshiping idols and ignoring his commandments. Jeremiah delivers God's messages, saying, "Turn back to the Lord, or judgment will come." However, the people mock him and refuse to listen, calling him a doomsayer. Even so, Jeremiah remains faithful to his calling, speaking with passion and urgency. One day, God tells Jeremiah to go to a potter's house. There, Jeremiah watches the potter working on a clay vessel. When the vessel becomes flawed, the potter reshapes it into something new. God explains to Jeremiah, "Like clay in the hands of the potter, so are you in my hands." This vision shows that God has the power to shape nations and individuals according to his will. Jeremiah faces many hardships. He is mocked, imprisoned, and thrown into a muddy cistern for speaking the truth. At one point, Jeremiah cries out to God, "Why does my pain never end?" But God strengthens him, reminding Jeremiah that his mission is vital. Jeremiah finds the courage to keep going, trusting that God's plan is bigger than his suffering. Despite the warnings and judgments, Jeremiah also delivers messages of hope. He speaks of a new covenant where God will write his law on people's hearts. "They will be my people, and I will be their God," he declares. Jeremiah's prophecies point to a time when God will restore his people and bring them peace and joy. Jeremiah's life was not easy, but his faithfulness to God's calling left a lasting impact. His words were written down and preserved, becoming a vital part of the Bible. Jeremiah's story reminds us that even in the face of adversity, God is with us, shaping us like the potter shapes the clay.